Rising St. Lucia and happy Monday to you. It's the start of the week. And listen, I definitely power dress. I'm hoping that you notice because I want to inspire you today. It's a fresh week and I always like resetting when Monday comes. So it's a new vibe, new energy, and we are ready to conquer this week. But right here on DBS this morning, we want to welcome you as well as wake you up in the know. So I'm Chayla Mendes letting you know it's time for our morning news highlights.
Good morning. No word yet on who the new police commissioner will be, with her contract set to expire on Saturday, August 31st. Crusita Descartes-Pellius was expressing confidence that the Royal St. Lucia Police Force is in a stronger position thanks to her leadership than before. She made the comments about her tenure during a press conference last week.
As it relates to your other question as to whether, if asked to stay on, I wish not to comment about this right now. And you asked me whether I would say, well, this organization is better with me. Of course, I would say I haven't had an impact.
Now, according to Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, discussions are ongoing on who the police commissioner's replacement will be. The Ministry of Education has announced that St. Lucian students outperformed their regional counterparts in English A and mathematics at this year's CSEC exams. The ministry is reporting a pass rate of 96.56% in the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination. That's the May-June 2024 exams. They saw 312 candidates writing the CAPE exams at 2 centers and in 24 subject areas.
It is important to note that 10 subjects obtained 100% pass in both units 1 and 2 and in both genders. These subjects include environmental science, French, geography, green engineering, information technology, management of business, physics, sociology, Spanish, and digital media. We now move on to analysis of the CSEC performance. A total of 2,499 candidates were tested in 33 subjects at 23 testing centers. Candidates were tested at the general and technical proficiency levels. Paper 1 of 31 subjects were done through e-testing.
The region's overall performance stood at 69%, with St. Lucia at 75%. Females continue to dominate this year's CSEC examinations, with males outperforming females in only 5 subject areas. That's biology, geography, music, principles of business, and Spanish. Out of the 2,499 candidates writing the exams, only 436 got acceptable grades in 5 or more subjects, inclusive of English A and mathematics. The Ministry of Education says much more work has to be done to improve those results. Janelle Didier, also known as Janique, became the first female homicide victim for the year. Didier was shot at Forgotten Boundaries in Mondador, Castries on Friday. Residents in the area say they used to leave their homes unlocked, but now they no longer feel safe.
My nephew came down to my house and told me, "Auntie, did you hear bullets?" I said, "Bullets? No." And he said, they just shot somebody there by Julian, which happens to be my brother living in the little house there. And I'm saying, my God, I hope no bullet did not go inside the house where he's living. But since my nephew told me he spoke with him, he went there, he called him, and he is okay. So I feel relaxed now.
DJ was the second female to have been shot within the last week. The first was a teenager who was shot on Tuesday night. The teen was returning to her home in Bexar with a relative at the time of the incident. Another resident in that area says gone are the days when it was only men who were being targeted. A life skills workshop for local farm workers became one of the highlights of the Unleashing the Blue Economy of the Caribbean project last week.
We thought it was important to take a closer look at these workers and find a way to secure their continued support to farmers. So to not only provide them with an income on a short-term basis, but to ensure that they're employable beyond the life of the project. So we are trying to introduce resilience and sustainability.
The organization has been working alongside the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development in launching and developing a farm labor support program that is sustainable and highly beneficial to the island's agriculture sector. These are your top stories. Thanks for watching. Good morning.
Thank you so much for sticking around. So that concludes the morning news highlights. And guess what? It is a beautiful Monday. Grab your cocoa tea because that's my power drink. And if you need coffee, well, then, yeah, I guess that can work for you too. But whatever it is, get ready because DBS This Morning will be back this Monday and we'll be better than ever, ready for more and ready to get this day started. We'll be back. Everybody, it is a great day here, and today we want to spark the conversation, especially when it comes to conflict resolution. And I think on our beautiful little island, we can realize there is an increasing need for that and how we choose to resolve our issues. Guess what? The St. Lucia Red Cross Society has also recognized that, and they have an initiative right here that can help us out. Pleasant good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It's DBS This Morning. Right now, we have Mr. Pierre here with us. I'm very excited. I felt like we've been long overdue for a catch-up. 2 years overdue on my part. And I know so many things have changed, but right now, a recent initiative is what's caught my attention and has been on my radar. And the Red Cross, the St. Lucia Red Cross, has launched a conflict resolution initiative. And this is why we're here with Mr. Pierre today. So thank you for being with us.
It's a pleasure to be with you again.
Definitely, yeah. We needed this catch up. It's been way too long. And I'm really happy in light of, obviously, we see how things are. We see the news reports, even for me being out of St. Lucia and seeing a lot of the headlines. You know, it's worrying, it's concerning, and it's also saddening. So I feel like anything to do with conflict resolution and teaching people, young and old, how to deal with that is something super important. So I do think this is an initiative that's needed right now, Mr. Pierre.
Well, we view it as being extremely important. As you would know, as you have said previously, that the headline's not good.
Yeah.
And we are thinking that people should find other ways to relieve their stress or deal with their matters, whether within the family, outside, even on the football field. We are seeing certain things that we didn't see before.
Right.
And we recognize that persons have become very, very, very aggressive. So what do we do with this? How do we help the given situation? Because this is our little island, Fair Helen, and the Red Cross need to do everything they can to ensure that people, you know, their respect is there, the dignity is there, the behavioral patterns are set that the younger ones can follow.
Yes.
Hence the reason we formed this committee.
Now, I'm happy that you said it's a committee because I was about to ask you, and I think it would be great that we can highlight exactly what is the function of the committee and how things are going to work with regards to that.
Well, they've established their own terms of reference, and it's in the embryonic stage. So every day we are developing things further and further. So to say that it is cast in stone right now, no. We know that in the next week we'll have training and refresher courses for the lawyers and the others who are part of this committee, because this is specific to something. It's not open to everybody in the Red Cross, as you well will appreciate. So going forward, I know from my standpoint, we have to have a hotline which we'll establish somewhere that people can call and ask questions, say certain things, and then there will be referrals. This hotline is not going to deliver anything concerning anything. It's a matter of making referrals, give and take, setting up dates to try and appreciate what is going on and to better help the individual in whatever they face rather than they taking the gun, the cutlass, or something else to settle it.
This is the important thing because, like you said, I think we all as St. Lucians can say that we are seeing the increase in the aggression, and sometimes simple conflicts, simple problems are being resolved in manners which is just mind-blowing and so disheartening. So that intervention is needed because we do have to learn how to interact amicably with each other, and I think this is what's lacking.
Absolutely. We have to understand that the conflict itself will happen wherever there are human beings. So we accept this fact, and from there we say, okay, since it's going to happen, what do we do about it? And this is the driver, doing something about it to reduce the loss of life, the maiming of people, the suffering of mothers, and, you know, the list can go on.
Right. Now, for our St. Lucia Red Cross Society, How is this initiative in line? Because I'm very certain it is in line with quite a few of the values of the Red Cross Society.
Yeah, we are governed by our principles, and humanity is the first. So putting an end to suffering of humanity is a key factor. So that falls right in line with that principle, and it is principle number one. And if you can remember the Red Cross, or I don't know, you should know by now that the Red Cross was born out of war. And as a result of that, on we do not try to do something about it by getting doctors from both sides to sit together. It doesn't matter what uniform whoever had, all we wanted to put an end to the human suffering. So even from this, we can see what the Red Cross is doing is the correct thing.
So, St. Lucia, on that note, we want to remind you how important it is for us to learn to peacefully resolve our conflicts or our issues with our family, our friends, and the people that we interact. And Mr. Pierre, as you rightfully said, these things are unavoidable, but how we choose to respond to it is what's important. So we thank you, and thank you for the team as well that's putting together this committee. And we look forward. I know, as you said, they're growing. So we look forward to see what this grows into, and again, the impact it can make here for us in St. Lucia. So, Mr. Pierre, thank you so much for today.
Yeah, it was a privilege being with you, Shanna. And you take care of yourself, right?
Good morning and welcome back to your favorite morning show. It's DBS This Morning. I'm Chayla Mendez, and in this segment today, we have our friends over at Unicoma doing something amazing in time for back to school. So this took place last week, and it is the Unicoma Education Fund. Good morning and welcome back, family. We are here at the Courts Marisol branch because it is all about the Unicoma Education Scholarship Fund. And I'm very happy to be with a familiar face here at Courts. And we have Kaneen who's going to tell us all about it. But first of all, how are you feeling today? Because this is definitely wonderful news, especially for the students and parents alike.
Right. It's always very exciting for me. I have been coordinating the scholarship fund for the last 5, almost 6 years. And so for me, of all the things that we do from corporate social responsibility, we do volunteerism, we have different things that we do for small businesses. This is one of them that holds a special place in my heart. For those of us who've benefited from scholarships, especially coming from, single parent households, people who come from low income families, we can appreciate the impact that a scholarship can have on the life of a student. There's so many of us that are very talented, that are very smart, but we just need to be given the opportunity. And I think Unicoma Scholarship Fund does that. We allow students to be their best self without worrying about their books, and how they're going to be able to participate in all the activities at school, because we take care of some of those expenses. It is something that we intend to continue, and we do hope that I see a lot of these students, and there's some of them that I've seen every year because they continue to do well, and we're just so proud of it, and we hope that it's something that we can definitely carry forward for years to come.
Great. Now, when you mentioned, you've been handling this from the last maybe up to 6 years, I was thinking, but you know what? I recall me being here for the launching of this. So this really shows longevity and sustainability. And even despite the change of the times and how difficult things could be in the business climate, that you all are still committed to this initiative. So what does the scholarship fund represent in terms of, or how does it align rather with Unicoma's
So,
goals?
so for us, corporate social responsibility is one of our one of the found sustainability goals. And so for us, this is one we focus on social goals, which speaks to education and ensuring that we have a future generation and we're sustainable and all of that. So it is something that is actually funded by our shareholders. So it is not necessarily from profits or anything. It literally comes from their pocket. That's how dedicated they are to this. And as I was saying, every year when we look at corporate social responsibility, because we have so many different programs, inevitably there are programs that get cut every year or funds that get reduced every year. but the education program is one that we have maintained. It's one that is constantly funded. Once we have an interest, once we have students who continue to to get above the 70% average, we will continue to maintain. This is Caribbean wide also for Unicoma. It is not just in St. Lucia, it's not just in the OECS, but it is a program that we have implemented right across the Caribbean.
Well, it's good to know that there are parents and students just celebrating right now across the region thanks to Unicoma. Now, this year, I know specifically for St. Lucia, it has seen 28 recipients, which is phenomenal. We saw a few faces here today, but 28, that is amazing. So let's remind St. Lucia what the selection process is.
Now, the selection process is very intricate. So typically around May, we would send out the notifications to let all our employees. It is open to all employees. However, we tend to focus on the lower income households. So there is a threshold in terms of, how we do the selection. We do go through an entire process. However, it's also important that children are performing above grade average. So there is a cutoff average that you have to achieve for the term in order for you to qualify for the scholarship. So one, it's based on grades, and it's also based on the employee's position within the company. Yeah. So we try to ensure that there's equity, and those who really need the scholarship, those who really need the fundings, are those who are benefiting from it.
Absolutely. And you know what? Keyword there is benefit, because I know that, as we said, parents and students alike are now going to just be ready and set for back to school, and it really helps out the households. And speaking as a parent myself, and you said that in your speech, and it really resonated for me, now being a mom of two. So, I think anybody in that realm can understand the importance of what is happening. So we want to say thank you to you all for pulling through and making it happen again. And we look forward to hearing next year. So
absolutely. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And welcome to this morning's SocaCize session. Leading the wine is Sarah and myself, Shani. Let's get ready to flaunt with the SocaCize. This morning we will be doing a bacchanal warm-up routine. Let's get ready to flaunt with the SocaCize. Cross, cross, head. 4, 3, 2, and again. 2 more. Last one. Push back and twist. And hold it there. 4, 3, 2, push back. And hey. 4, 3, 2, squeeze. And 4, 3, 2, 1, drop it out. Hey! 4, 3, 2, 1, 2 up. Up, push. Awa, we're not doing it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Last one. Cross, knee. Hey! One more. Push. And hey. Hold it. Push, push. 4, 3, 2, squeeze it. 4, 3, 2, 1, hey. 4, 3, 2 up, let's go. We will. Oh no. Last one. Cross, knee. Hey. Last one. Push. Hold it. Take it up. Roll it. Push, push. Take it up and squeeze it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop it out. Four, 3, 2, 1. That was this morning's session. We hope you are feeling sexy, sultry, and strong. Have a wonderful day.
How are we feeling, St. Lucia? Because I am feeling great. I am happy to be on the wake up list. So we have to give thanks. Recently, I feel like I've experienced so many losses of loved ones too close and too soon. You know, there's not enough room for me to recover from that. And it's just made me realize the importance of embracing the now. So if you're awake this morning and you're under the weather, still give thanks because you are on that wake up list as well. So let's go forward today, conquer this week. Like I said, let's do a reset if we need to. And we didn't like what last week was like for us because we have the power to create a great day. And that's what I'm going to leave you with. So it's DBS This Morning. I am Chayla Mendes. Have a blessed Monday. And please come back tomorrow because there'll be more DBS This Morning. And don't forget to check out Summerboard later this evening at 6:30 p.m. because you know we got to get our workout on. I'll see you then.